Welcome. My name is JR, and I want to welcome you and thank you for registering on our site. I want to show you what you now have available to you and point you to a couple places where you can get some of your questions answered about our ministry. You can always reach out to us by contacting us either by phone or email, but we want to use this opportunity to be able to show you what it is that BrushFires is all about. Are you ready? If you're watching this video, you're on your start page. You can see the start page as part of your URL up here at the top. And what I first of all want to do is show you what you have simply by registering on site. We'll drag our screen down here. There's instructions on how to actually do our design workshop, how to find out information about it, and actually purchase your monthly subscription. Down below here, we have some quick links. There is a brochure if you would like to read that. If you need instructions about the assessments, if you actually purchase the assessments and don't do a monthly subscription, then you need to know where that enroll purchase option is. We'll go down a little bit further here. These are the products that we have gifted you simply by joining us. There are a few books. The Sparks Turn into Brushfires book is a faith-based autobiography. It tells you how I came to faith through Vacation Bible School, when God called me back to the church in 1987, the beginning of the Brushfires ministry in 2016 and 17, and a lot more. It is my thank you to God for saving me and directing our lives and being a very present guide and counselor in our lives. In addition to that book, there are a few others here. There is a guide for spiritual warfare filled with scriptures if you are dealing with some kind of challenges in those areas. In addition to that, we have a free spiritual gifts assessment. This spiritual gifts assessment is based upon the gifts that are described in Romans 12, and it's our free gift to you. So in addition to these books, we also have the spiritual gifts assessment. You can do it for yourself, and in fact, you can even share it with a friend if you so like. It is one of our 11 assessments that are part of our design workshop, but it'll give you an idea how the assessment portion of it works. Finally, we have our additional courses, and these are programs that you can purchase or are included as part of the packages, and you can learn more about those by simply clicking on these sites and reading the information that we provided for you there. Let's go back up to the top of this screen. Let me point to a couple other places that are going to ask your more immediate questions. The very first one we want to talk about is the introduction and testimonies. So let's go ahead and go there. So the very first thing is that you'll see a introduction video that'll explain a little bit more about the design workshop and what we do. There's also a sample of our session to our purpose class. This is lesson 1. It'll give you an idea of the video itself and how that training works. When we go down just a little bit further, there are some additional videos about purpose, unity, and discipleship. These videos describe how we actually use our design workshop materials and our assessments to be able to build discipleship, unity, and purpose. Going down further, there are some training videos about registering and moving forward with our program. And if you would like to read or listen to some of the testimonies from the church leaders or Christian organizations that we've worked with, you can do so here. Here we have a video from Pastor J.O. And if we go down a little bit further, you'll see some testimonies from Union Gospel Mission and other churches that we have worked with. Let's go back to our start page and we will check out the difference maker page. This explains, again, some of the ways that our program is used to build up believers, help them discover their purpose, that we answer problems in conflicts, division, and disunity. This goes into the detail of that. And then there is information about just the identity portion of our program, how the enemy will deceive us based upon our perceptions and not the reality of a situation. We talk about our purpose and calling, your specific design, and dealing with design conflicts. Again, you have an opportunity to check out the testimonies. Back to our start page, we'll go to free resources, and these are things that we make available to you simply by enrolling on our site. We have the programs that we've already gifted you that we pointed out earlier. We have the intro videos, some training that we have done in some specialty areas. Again, the testimonies. This is a timeline of the BrushFires ministry, how the design workshop was conceived and developed. There are some stories that we've included as part of our design workshop. There's the three guides story and the snowflake poem. These are all spiritually based. And then there is a series of articles. What is Joy was written in 2013, Intentional Christianity, and so forth, as well as the other stories, patchwork, and so forth. These are all inspirational, just trying to encourage people to be all that God's created them to be. And a few poems here if you would like to see those. Couple men that I have a tremendous amount of respect that I wrote tributes for, as well as poems to inspire people to have a closer relationship with God. Let's go back to our start page. And then the last thing that I want to point out are our podcasts. We guest on a number of podcasts throughout the year, and we have placed them here for your benefit so that if you would like to listen to them, simply click on the image. Ray was a lot of fun. He was a non-believer, and I actually had an opportunity to share the gospel with him during his podcast. Cheyenne was awesome, and so was Amber, as well as Dr. Kim, and there's quite a few here. You're welcome to check them all out. And finally, if you decide to go with one of our workshops, there are instructions for each one of the workshops here. This is the design workshop instructions, and you're welcome to simply click on the accordion. You can learn about the particular workshop. In addition to the design workshop, we also have leadership design training workshop and the discipleship workshop. If you want to go through and actually purchase one of the monthly subscriptions or the actual package as a whole, you're welcome to do so here. And in addition to that, you can watch a training video on how to actually make the purchase through the workshop portal. So that concludes our little welcome video here. If you have any questions, you can roll down to the bottom of any of those pages and call us at the 800 number that's there, or send us an email also. God bless you, and thank you for your time and checking out the BrushFires ministry. Cheers.